Hello, darlings. You're welcome to Z-Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Let's dive deep into the twists, emotions, and powerful confrontations in Sacred Love upcoming episodes. Adrija's fate takes a surprising turn as karma finally comes knocking. Megla's passion for music faces fierce opposition, and Zoravar makes a drastic decision that changes everything. From secret gifts to heartbreaking betrayals, every moment will leave you speechless. Stay tuned. Believe me, you don't want to miss a single second of it. Please like and turn on your notifications for more. Now let's dive in. It all begins with Adrija getting into a tragic accident after leaving the hotel's Founders' Day celebration. Hurt by jealousy after seeing Megla give a beautiful performance and receive praise from everyone, Adrija drives away in anger. Lost in her emotions, she crashes into a truck and is rushed to the hospital. When the family hears about the accident, they rush there in panic. Mahua breaks down and blames Ranbir's family, especially Megla, for leaving Adrija alone. Ranbir admits it was his fault, but Mahua refuses to calm down. The doctor soon comes out and warns that Adrija might never walk again. Megla breaks down and prays for a miracle. At the temple, Megla begs God to save Adrija. A flower falls near her feet, and she takes it as a sign of hope. Back at the hospital, Adrija's condition worsens during surgery, but when Megla sends the puja flower to be placed near her, Adrija's pulse begins to improve. The doctors manage to save her life, but the happiness doesn't last long. They soon reveal the heartbreaking truth. Adrija's legs are paralyzed, and she can never become a mother. The family is shattered. The next day, Chandan and Mahua visit Adrija. She senses something is wrong and breaks down when a nurse accidentally tells her the truth. Mahua cries and blames Ranbir again, saying Adrija's only mistake was loving him. Ranbir feels guilty and promises to stand by her no matter what. Meanwhile, Megla faces more pain at home. Zoravar and Amarjeet insult her, saying they wish Adrija had been their daughter-in-law instead. Meher and the others keep blaming Megla for the accident. Tired and hurt, Megla finally asks what her real mistake is: loving Ranbir. Her words leave everyone silent. At the hospital, Adrija blames herself, but Ranbir comforts her and promises to stay by her side. Back home, Megla faces another blow when Zoravar orders her to quit singing, saying a Bajwa daughter-in-law shouldn't perform in concerts. Megla refuses, saying music is her life. But Amarjeet gives her a painful choice: obey the family or return to her father's house. Megla stands there, heartbroken and speechless. At home, Ranbir sits quietly in his room when Megla enters, her eyes filled with worry as she asks about Adrija. She's upset that the nurse told him about Adrija's health, but Ranbir's gentle voice reassures her. He says they can't hide the truth forever and promises to help Adrija walk again. Megla's tension softens a little, and she thanks him. He smiles faintly, saying he's only doing it out of humanity. Later, Megla hesitantly asks if she should continue pursuing her passion for music. Ranbir's eyes meet hers with quiet encouragement. He tells her to keep going, even if the family disagrees, and to practice secretly with Guruji. He promises he'll handle the family when the time is right. Megla bites her lip, anxious, but his calm assurance gives her hope. When she apologizes for their missed honeymoon, Ranbir shakes his head gently, telling her not to worry and to focus on her dreams. He doesn't want her to be just a housewife. He wants the world to see her talent, not just her role as his wife. Megla's eyes glisten, and she promises to make him proud. The next day, at the hospital, Ranbir patiently helps Adrija try to walk. She stumbles and breaks down, frustration and fear in her eyes. Zoravar and Meher feel helpless, but Ranbir asks them to encourage her gently. When Adrija refuses to stay with them after discharge, they all insist she's not a burden. Megla arrives, her presence comforting, and together with Ranbir, she motivates Adrija not to give up hope. As they continue, Ranbir works with Adrija on her exercises. She shakes her head, voice trembling, saying she can't do it. He kneels beside her, softly promising they'll keep trying. When the nurse brings food, Adrija refuses to eat. Megla pleads, her heart aching, but Zoravar scolds her for not following the rules. Meher also criticizes her, and Ranbir steps in, defending Megla firmly. Slowly, Adrija agrees to eat, and Megla's relief is visible, though Zoravar seizes the moment to insult her again. Hurt, Megla quietly decides she won't come to the hospital anymore, trusting Ranbir to care for Adrija. The following morning, Megla makes tea with care for everyone, but Zoravar refuses it and mocks her. Bulvir and Perm cheerfully take her side, praising her effort. Later, Megla expresses her wish to visit Anurag's house for music practice. Zoravar's anger flares, and he forbids her from going. Megla's voice trembles with determination as she stands up for her passion. Though Zoravar insults her dream, Arjun and Bulvir support her. Bulvir promises to call Anurag to teach her at home, and Megla feels a small spark of happiness, even as Zoravar's disapproval leaves her shaken. In the following days, Zoravar continues to refuse Megla's requests to visit Anurag. Megla's frustration grows, and she asks what she should do if she's not allowed to follow her passion. Meher sides with Zoravar, while Simran pleads for compromise. But Zoravar remains firm, shouting at Megla. Bulvir tries reasoning, asking him to allow her a little freedom, yet Zoravar refuses. Feeling stifled and unheard, Megla finally declares that if Zoravar won't allow her to sing, she'll have no choice but to go against him. The room falls silent. Zoravar's face darkens in fury, even wishing Adrija had become their daughter-in-law instead. Megla, her voice steady, replies calmly that she and Adrija are different. No one can replace the other. She speaks up about the unfair treatment she endures compared to Adrija, her heart full of quiet courage. Soon after, Megla decides to go to Guruji's house to pursue her music. Perm supports her, offering a ride, while Meher accuses her of disrespect. Megla promises to return before Adrija comes home and leaves, her steps filled with both fear and hope. Meanwhile, Ranbir brings Adrija home with Chandan and Mahua. Mahua worries over Adrija's recovery, but Ranbir remains positive. At Guruji's house, Megla meets Guruji and Diljit, who are shocked to hear her in-laws have stopped her from learning music. Megla explains her desire to become a professional singer and earn a living, but Guruji refuses to support her, leaving her heart heavy and disappointed. Not long after, Indrajit tells Megla not to come to his house anymore. Diljit tries to defend her, but Indrajit insists she made the wrong choice. Megla, with quiet determination, explains that she only wants to prove herself and show that women deserve respect equal to men. Back at home, Chandan frets over Adrija, but Meher and Harman try to keep spirits up. Adrija admits she feels hopeful being around them, and their gentle encouragement comforts her. At Guruji's house, Megla opens her heart, speaking of the unfairness from her in-laws and her dream of making a name through music. Indrajit refuses, but Diljit pleads for understanding. Megla's voice wavers with emotion as she says music is her identity, and she doesn't want to lose it, even if Ranbir later asks her to stop. Moved by her words, Guruji finally agrees to guide her, reminding her of his principles. Megla and Diljit feel grateful, a flicker of hope lighting their hearts. Later, returning to the Bajwa house, Mahua and Meher complain to Megla's parents about her behavior. Megla arrives, checking on Adrija. Ranbir questions her, but she calmly explains she's only following her passion. Mahua scolds her for attending music class when Adrija just came home, yet Megla defends herself, emphasizing that she cannot sit idle when everyone treats her unfairly. When Chandan asks why she disobeyed the family, Megla explains that Zoravar wants to stop her from singing, and if her parents support that, she'll quit. She adds that everyone opposes her dreams except Ranbir. Zoravar, enraged, shocks everyone by ordering Ranbir and Megla to leave the house. The outburst leaves the family stunned. Meher questions him, but Zoravar insists he's right, claiming Megla is separating Ranbir from the family. Megla, her eyes firm, defends herself, saying Ranbir fell in love with her music, and stopping now would feel like betrayal. She adds that if she were already a famous singer, no one would treat her this way. Exactly what she plans to become. The next morning, Meher praises Adrija for her progress, but Adrija confesses feeling hopeless. Meher encourages her, assuring that Ranbir's efforts will help her walk again. Megla brings breakfast for Adrija, remaining calm despite Meher's taunts for focusing on music. She continues to motivate Adrija, her heart quietly determined. Afterwards, Ranbir arrives to feed Adrija. Meher asks him to tell Megla to stop her classes, but he supports her. Adrija confirms she won't stop Megla, who explains her class time doesn't disturb anyone. Meher finally agrees. Megla shares her dream of performing in concerts, and Ranbir's pride is evident in his gaze. One day, Megla helps Adrija sit in front of the mirror. She gently tells her that even if grooming isn't enjoyable, she'll help her look beautiful. Adrija resists, saying there's no one to see her, but Megla reminds her that we groom for ourselves, not others. When Adrija asks what's special about the day, Megla excitedly reveals it's her birthday. Though Adrija isn't interested in celebrating, Megla encourages her not to lose hope, promising to make her smile again. Later, everyone gathers to celebrate Adrija's birthday. Chandan and Mahua thank the Bajwas for their care, asking to take Adrija home, but Megla convinces them to agree. Zoravar suggests Adrija start working from home, and Bulvir supports it. Adrija is excited but saddened by the lack of a laptop, until her parents promise to buy her one. Perm gifts Adrija one of his paintings, leaving her touched. Everyone wonders about Ranbir's whereabouts until he arrives, surprising Adrija with a laptop from her favorite brand. She's overjoyed, while Chandan questions Ranbir's generosity. Mahua defends him. Adrija cuts her cake happily, and the family captures the moment in pictures. Megla quietly watches from a distance, smiling softly at the joy around her, though she feels slightly left out. After the celebration, Perm praises Megla for standing up for herself and following her passion. She smiles and thanks him. Ranbir calls Megla to serve the cake, and Adrija sweetly asks her to feed him. Megla agrees, and everyone smiles at the tender moment. Later, when it's time for food, Ranbir surprises everyone with a hotel order, unaware Megla has already cooked. A little tension arises, but Adrija chooses Megla's food. Megla remains calm, continuing to serve everyone despite Zoravar's taunts. Ranbir appreciates her efforts and tries her soup, bringing her quiet happiness. Later, Megla praises him for all he does to help Adrija, calling him a good man. Ranbir explains it comes from guilt and care as her brother-in-law. Megla admits pride in him, yet her emotions confuse Ranbir. In a quiet, intimate moment, Megla confesses feeling unworthy of him. Ranbir, concerned, asks about her music classes. Megla says she's unsure about her future, but Ranbir encourages her. He tries to spend time with her, yet she remains distant, leaving Ranbir feeling both sorry and confused. That's a wrap, fams. See you in the next. Much love.